So we have had quite a series. We talked about baby's journey through the pelvis and the twists and turns baby has to make and the different levels of the pelvis. We looked at poses to open the pelvic inlet through external rotation and counter nutation. We looked at poses to open the mid-pelvis, asymmetrical poses. Now we have to think about getting that baby out of the pelvis if you're having a vaginal birth. So we can do that with nutation of the sacrum, where the top of the sacrum nods in, and that's going to free the tailbone, make more space for baby. And then we can also look at flexion, where the leg is coming higher than 90 degrees, and internal rotation, where we internally rotate the thigh bones. All right, so let's look at some poses for that. So maybe in that final stage of labor, you are standing. So let's look at what you can do. We're going to get internal rotation. So that means the thigh bones are internally rotating. Your sit bones are getting wider. I'm going to think of reaching my tailbone back and a big reach of the arms. So maybe you're holding on to a bed or a partner or a door or anything that you want. So I'm bending my knees, slightly internally rotating, reaching my sit bones back, spreading my sit bones, and holding on as I lengthen and try to widen the base of my body, my pelvic outlet. Most hospitals have squatting bars. It's this bar that connects into the bed that you can hold and pull when you're squatting. I've actually seen a video of someone standing and holding onto it, but most of the time I see it as a squatting bar or the feet on the bar. So I don't have a squatting bar, but I'm going to use my chair. So as I get into this squat, yes, my feet are turned out. So you might think, hey, that's external rotation. Isn't that opening more the inlet? But when my tailbone's released back, in that nutation, and my knees are past my 90-degree hip position, that flexion is actually opening the outlet. So here I am holding on. Maybe you have a higher bar or you're just reaching, and you can pull on the bar or a chair or a partner's hands and use that power to help push baby out. So using a squatting bar or a chair, it's a great position to open your pelvic outlet. So think about the hospital bed. The top of it can lift up, and then you can be on hands and knees holding on to the top of the bed, finding internal rotation. It could be a pushing position, it could be another position to labor down in, but it opens your pelvic outlet. So this is my imaginary top of the bed. My knees have a little bit of distance, about in line with my hips, and my heels are out. And then you could be reaching on the bed, or maybe you have a ball in front of you, and you can reach your sit bones back, widening the sit bones, getting more space involved in opening your pelvic outlet. So we've made our way back down to the ground because sometimes you are tired. So maybe you're pushing, laying on your bed, and you're not squatting and you're not standing. And especially if you have an epidural, this can be really helpful. So again, I have a body pillow. You may want to have a peanut ball, but if you don't have a peanut ball, not a problem to get a whole bunch of pillows, or again, this body pillow. So we're going to look at laying on the side with internal rotation. So one will be more of a resting position and one can be a pushing position. So here I am on my side, and I'm just simply having this wide enough so that my knees are not smashed together, there's little space, and my ankles are wide. So maybe you're laboring down. Maybe you've gotten to 10 centimeters, but your baby is still pretty high up. And this could be a great position to rest and relax in while your baby finds its way a little bit deeper into the pelvis, making that space for it to eventually make its way through your body to be born. So here's a great position. Now, another one I love can be a pushing position. So I'm just simply taking your bottom leg bent or straight, and I'm just taking this leg, my knee is down and my ankle is up. This can be a really great pushing position. Different than this. This is external rotation. So remember, when we're externally rotated, the sit bones are closer. When you're internally rotated and your knee is flexed up towards your chest, that's the most space for your baby in your outlet. So those are great positions to possibly push in or just rest in if your baby is still laboring down. So there we have it. We looked at going from the top to the middle, to the outlet, opening your pelvis, helping baby through. I hope you enjoyed this series. Follow for more tips.